Okay, so which one are you? Dunk or 2 points is 2 points? Sorry. Does he have big hands? Sananda Fru. Nikki V in the booth. Okay. Did they go play-in tournament? Okay, Steve. I'm glad y'all are having a good time on I got 3 scholarships and I'm tr did y'all get enough last week? Enough Winnipeg? All it takes is a weekend. You went from being top 5, way too early, polls to everything like, to 3 extra scholarships. I'm telling you, Steve, Sananda Fru is getting crappier by the second, and it ain't his fault. James it's James Scott fault. It's James Scott fault. It's James Scott fault. The more I have to depend on somebody else for my athleticism around the paint. Hey, Steve. And what? And you think I feel better now? And guess what? And guess what? James Scott started doing. It's not a fruit doesn't hang on a rim. He finishes. He's a prototypical 2 points is 2 points. I need a dunker. I need I, I need a 43-inch, 6'9", 6'10". All I want to do is dunk. Oh, right now, I'm not in the mood for high IQ. Okay, well, let's play that game. Is he in the category of just willingness? That was nice. But what did he do in the first 12 games of the year? Jeez. What- Is this Monday? We're gonna put it together. It's not true from what I've heard. Woo. Oh, yeah, but good time was had by all.
Really
Shout
good
out
time.
Churchill, man. They do
Yep.
awesome job.
I was happy Nick was out there with me. We had a good show and everything.
Considering
Yeah.
we know like nothing about horse racing, like I feel
Yeah.
like we did it.
I think we did a good job with the ambiance of
Yeah,
the place.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly.
You're reminded. It's one of those places where you're reminded every time you go. Marcus, you say stuff like this all the time. You go and you're like, why don't I do this more?
Mm.
Like even if it's not Derby week, I mean, I understand somebody saying that the crowd, I can't do the crowd,
Mhm.
but it's like, why don't I do this more? This is awesome.
It's like plays, man. Never had a bad time. Like I always have a good
That's a
time
great call.
everywhere I go,
Yeah,
man.
that's
I
good.
I go to the movies and I say, why don't I go to the movies more? I go to plays. Why don't I do that more? Any event that I go to, I always have a good time. I'm saying, but maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just enjoy it so much. I'm just like, I want to keep. I don't ever want to lose that feeling of getting burnt out on events or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway, so good time. Though.
I'll have you guys know that while you were off, bullying me out of the show. You want to know what I was doing?
I'm listening.
Flying my drone.
Flying a drone?
Yeah.
Flying a drone?
Yeah.
In your house or outside?
In my house.
You are gonna
love
the pitcher that messed his hand up.
My drone. Say that again.
Who's the pitcher? Oh my god, the crazy guy. He
he messed his hand up on the drone.
Yeah, like for the playoffs.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's terrible.
Then he got
story.
like blackballed from the MLB for some allegations, and oh my god. Text line, help me out. I am completely drawing a blank.
No, I had a blast with my drone. You know what? You know what? Let's do something really quick. Listen, it's post Derby. We're gonna have to get back in the rhythm. We're definitely gonna finish this, or we're gonna get back to this James Scott Sananda Frew thing.
Oh yeah.
And the text line.
Coach Lieberman's going to join us at 11 for about 30 minutes, and we're going to chat a little bit about the TBT because they got a big press conference today where they're going to have some announcements, and we're going to talk some tickets because we need you to get out there and buy those tickets.
Tickets are very important. It gives you an advantage.
He's gonna be in here, and we'll have a conversation. So. Okay, we're good.
We're good.
Trevor Bauer. Thank you.
Trevor Bauer.
Good God. My brain just completely blanked on that.
Yeah.
My drone. Okay, put it this way. It's just hit me like a ton of bricks. It might be the best as seen on TV purchase ever. Right now, y'all got 20 seconds Give me the best as seen on TV product you ever seen. You didn't have to buy it. Which one looked the best on those commercials? Those as seen on TV commercials. Ready? Go. Texas 38 31 93 9. The best as seen on TV products. Go.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Music. I got two that jump.
Name them out. Name them out.
All right. George Foreman grill. Solid. Really well solid. Like, I would always buy one for my friends for a housewarming gift. And these little egg shakers, man. These, like, you would put an egg in this little cup, shake it would scramble it, and then you throw it in the microwave, and you could add cheese and ham and stuff and make like an instant omelet. Those things were awesome.
Okay, are y'all listening?
Okay, I'm listening.
You can rank them as I throw them out. You know what got me going down this line? First of all, my drone got me going down this line. Then I saw something.
Slapchop's good too.
What'd you say, Nikki?
Slapchop's good too.
I saw something called the Paisano. Have you seen that?
Like I'm gonna get offended by this. But...
Have you seen that?
No.
Of course I saw it, man.
Oh, see what I'm saying? You see? Listen.
Why am I Jamaican?
Piezano. Tap it in right now.
Paisano. Is this like a pizza pie cutter thing? I think I might have seen.
It's not a cutter.
Cooks burritos.
Listen, because we're gonna have to go down this road really quick. Paisano. I'm like, that's the greatest thing. I don't even eat pizza like that unless it's Berno's, of course. I don't even eat pizza, and I was ready to purchase this thing.
The Paisano home pizza cooker.
If you see one clip of this thing, it's just like it. They're just
might have to get this.
They're just throwing it together, and it looks like like a nice little family size.
Only $100.
Hey,
Janet's getting this for.
If you see that video, Steve, it'll get you. Okay.
No gas, wood, or charcoal needed.
Yeah, electricity and a. You can make deep dish or. Bernos is gonna kill me. Anyway, never mind. Paisano sucks. Have you ever seen
Paisano makes more than just pizza? Unleash your creativity and cook beyond pizza with Paisano, the perfect tool for any home chef.
Listen, it looks viable. Yes, at least give me that.
Oh no, this thing's pretty awesome
for the pizza.
Let me tell you really quick, and I'll make it very fast. But the my dad is the king of as seen on TV stuff.
Really, Steve? I didn't know that.
Let me tell you two opposite stories. One, somebody brought up a Ginsu knife.
Yes, the Gingsu
knife. Yeah, Gingsu. He bought this knife off of as seen on TV, and like my dad carried this knife around the house, like and would literally be like, just all day. He was like, "You see that TV? I could cut that right in half." like he would have paper. God. Paper. He was like, "You see, I could cut." He was like, "I gotta be careful because if I lay this knife down too hard on the counter, it could cut right through it." And I'm like, "Damn, all right, we get it, dude. The knife's sharp."
That's
the
awesome.
Other one though, I've never seen Raymond Rummage blow up in anger the way he did about flex tape.
I was gonna say Flex Seal. That's one. That's definitely on there. Flex Seal.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because the dude was in the boat. He was in the boat with the screen door underneath the boat.
Door, yes.
My dad tried to plug a hole in the pool with Flex Seal, and it didn't work.
It didn't work.
And I watched my dad chuck Flex Seal into the forest. It was like, dude, threw a hissy fit. I mean, was like. And was just like, I swear to God, I bought this off.
So Flex Seal wasn't a good product. I was convinced that
threatening. He called the place and was like threatening to sue because he was like, "There's no way." I hear my dad's like, "There ain't no way that dude was on a boat putting that thing on there and that worked." And it was like, and I'm like, "Dude, chill." Like what's
that was a very convincing commercial. Flex.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm actually on your dad's side because that
Oh.
commercial, every time I see it, I'm like, man, I wish I had more uses for this.
Yeah.
Because I want to buy it and I want to seal things.
Yeah.
And like, this would be awesome. And the fact that he had exactly what was in the commercial
Well, Dad was
and
convinced
it didn't work.
This was the fix.
Right.
We're not going to have to pay any money. My mom's like, oh, we're going to have to pay all this money.
And he had to wait for it to get there too, didn't he?
Yeah. Dad's like, we don't have to pay no money. I got this Flex Seal coming. Like, we good. And when he did it and it didn't work, it was like, he was like, you could tell he looked like somebody. I mean, he had all his chips in on Flex Seal.
And he was probably looking at your mom like, woman, go to the kitchen. I got this.
Yes.
Oh, goodness.
Yep.
Listen, Flex Seal probably, were they the number one as seen on TV? Just money revenue generator. Because here I have the Magic Bullet.
Probably. Yeah.
Magic Bullet, they did well. They did well.
Yeah.
What about the copper? What about the copper sleeve?
Oh man, yeah, with Brett Favre before. Canceled.
Yes.
Yeah, the copper stuff was everywhere.
The copper sleeve, the copper for all your joints. I mean, what about? I got one. What about before it was popular? The ShamWow.
Yeah, that's a great one.
ShamWow, Vince.
Look, before people knew about microfiber cloths, the ShamWow. You remember he had like two small little rags, and he was just soaking up, like drying off a whole car and just squeezing it out, just like, oh, they're all done. Like, just.
What about the shake weight?
Okay, the shake weight, the first time, because this is the God's honest truth.
The shake weight.
Do you remember the first shake weight commercials? You know what they advertised it as?
What?
A way for a woman to enhance her bust. By
doing
this like work.
Yes, I do remember that.
And then they realized, like, I saw
she would do it right in front of her chest,
like Tim and Eric bit. I was like,
right in front of her chest. She would shake weight.
Yeah, she's doing that
every single commercial.
It's supposed to make her boobs bigger. I was like, this is not real.
Yeah.
And then they kind of went away from that, turned it into just being a workout.
They would put like a little water gun.
Listen, it wasn't super glue. It wasn't super glue. It was Gorilla Glue, where the dude stuck his helmet, the worker helmet, on the thing, and he was dangling from his worker helmet.
Yep.
The Gorilla Glue could get you too.
OxyClean. We got a few OxyClean.
OxyClean was big.
Rest in peace, Billy Mays.
Yeah.
What about the Chia Pet? Oh,
Chia Pet. That's old school.
Chia.
The clapper.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
The clapper as seen on TV.
The clapper.
Okay, was Life Alert? Did that count as seen on TV?
Probably.
I fall and I can't get up.
Count that.
Yeah, probably.
Who is the best TV pitch man?
Oh, your boy.
Like Australian guy, Anthony Sullivan's awesome. Billy Mays, rest in peace, was probably the king.
Yeah, got
Vince, the ShamWow guy, also did the slap chop, and the Flex Seal guy is everywhere right now. I mean, I don't know. I feel like all four of those guys are.
I mean, they sell. Some of these are impact. I end up looking at some old vintage as seen on TV on YouTube. It was insane. The shake weight.
Yeah. Those are
the shake weight. So shake weight, does that count as the most ridiculous one, or does the Flex Seal?
Our guy Tim from the other day said at Churchill said the Flex Seal worked for him. It was operator error. I'm like, no, that's 100% fact.
Okay,
like, that was absolutely fact.
Okay, so the Flex Seal, he endorses it.
Yes. No, that's 100% fact.
So dad just had too much pressure on the success of the Flex Seal.
We don't need to do anything. I just put this underwater. Bill. Oh no.
We got the echo back. God, that's what my voice sounds like. How do you not bully me more, dude?
You were because I'm talking back to myself.
Steve, do you not hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
I can just hear me too.
It's echoing?
Oh, yeah.
Quick commercial break.
We still echoing? Oh, crap.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just
Trying to
keeps
find the
getting
the
better.
setting.
Well, it's
I already know it, Nikki. I was just teasing you about it. Hold on. Stay right there, Nikki.
So many to choose
Okay.
from.
Okay, hold on.
Download the
3,
app, start building
2,
your bet, and see why it's
it
never
is-
ordinary at Bet365.
Okay.
Gambling problem?
How are
Call
you?
1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus only.
Nope,
Must be
nope, nope.
physically located in
Uh,
Kentucky.
Nope.
T&Cs apply.
Don't worry.
Yep, still hear myself.
I see it. Yeah. If you're a true sports fan, you're always searching. Okay. Nikki, say something. Okay. Eric Stewart brings experience and expertise
Check.
to all of your home
No, I hear
buying and
myself.
selling
I
needs.
know.
Eric is also familiar with any and every type of property and location you could be interested in. And the best part is your home field advantage is only a telephone call away. So do yourself a favor and call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
To everyone who believes big flavor makes life better, we've got something special waiting for you at Culver's.
That's right. We're bringing back a flavor-packed fan favorite
Nikki, there.
that's sure to put a smile on your face. The Colby Jack
Check.
Burger is here.
How
with
is
a
it?
crave-worthy combo of fresh
Still hear
beef,
myself.
Wisconsin
You hear
Colby
yourself.
Jack cheese, crispy onions,
Hold on.
and zesty A1 pepper mayo, all stacked on an everything bun. And we're not stopping there. We're also introducing something totally new. Concrete mixers and lemon ice coolers made with fruity Skittles Popped. This limited time Skittles Pop
James
mixin
wants me to
can be
tell you
blended
it's on
into
your
our
end.
creamy,
I
fresh
know.
frozen
I
custard
do know that.
or slow frozen lemonade for a colorful crunch that makes every moment
Thank you.
a little sweeter. So how soon can you get here?
Solutions. You are locally owned, independent financial advisor.
Okay, YouTube, do
At
you
Retirement
hear?
Planning Solutions, we strive
You hear
to
the
help you not
commercials?
only maximize your income, but also minimize your tax burden. It's not just about saving on taxes this
YouTube, let
year.
me know.
It's about reducing
You
your
hear the
lifetime
commercials?
tax bill. Remember, not all money is taxed the same. It's not what you earn, it's what you keep. Our tailored strategies help you prepare for today and the future. To learn more about retirement planning solutions, call our office at 502-499-5668 or visit us online at retirementplanningsolutions.com to schedule your complimentary consultation.
Retirement Planning Solutions, LLC is an SEC registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Retirement Planning Solutions, LLC by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Retirement Planning Solutions, LLC has attained a particular level of skill or ability. Retirement Planning Solutions, LLC is not a legal or accounting firm. Please consult with your legal or tax professional regarding your specific tax situation when determining if any of the mentioned strategies are right for you. Securities offered through Silver Oak Securities Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Retirement Planning Solutions and Silver Oak Securities are not affiliated.
You want to hear crazy? I just got 4 phones for free.
Like you found them?
And I'm only paying $25 per line per month.
Are they burner phones? Are you in some kind of trouble?
No, it's the 4 for $25 deal at T-Mobile. You get 4 5G phones on them, and then it's only $25 per line per month. So everyone in the family is all set.
I pay more than that a month for one phone that I'm still paying off.
Sounds like you're the one in trouble.
Get 4 phones on us and 4 lines for only $25 per line per month when you switch with eligible trade-ins. All on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Minimum of 4 lines for $25 per line per month with autopay discount using debit or bank account. $5 more per line without autopay. Up to $830 off each phone via 24 monthly bill credits plus taxes, fees, and $10 device connection charge. For well-qualified customers, contact us before canceling the entire account to continue bill credits or credit stop and balance and required finance agreement. Your bill credits end if you pay off device service. See T-Mobile.com.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Miss anything from your favorite show? Head over to the Alex R. White Sue Distracted Driver Podcast Center on ESPNLouisville.com.
Right.
Did you say?
We caught all the big ones.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was one of those, my brain just fried. It was weird. Charity sent me a text the moment you said something, and it was literally like my brain went 2 separate directions at the same time and couldn't compute either one.
You ever see the
It was
couples?
like,
The couples
what
do
just
the
happened?
look. The couples that do the video and they run away from the dog, and then the dog just looks at both of them and just starts running in circles.
Yes, I don't know what to do. Yeah, like that was what just happened. It was like boom as you were talking.
That's
which, by the way, today is.
Go ahead.
Oh, today is Charity Rum's favorite holiday, Cinco de Mayo. So you probably find us out at Gustavo's tonight at Norton Commons.
I hope. Did you book a reservation?
They know us.
What's the best Cinco de Mayo song?
Hey, Marcus. Steve Rummage on. Steve Rummage. All right. Let me. I don't get the third person myself very often. Steve Rummage don't wait for tables like Gustavo's. All right.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Listen,
Take
long
care of my people up there.
long
All right?
gone are the days of needing to humble yourself.
Yeah, just at Gustavo's. I've worked all this time just to be able to get a seat at Gustavo's on and Jeff Ruby's. They love us.
Yeah, you're
they love us up there.
Yeah,
They love Steve and Marcus, man. I don't know why, but they love them some Steve and Marcus up at Jeff Ruby's, and we appreciate them because we love us some Jeff Ruby's. So
Ruby's, Kroger, and who's my
we're
third?
simple men.
Yeah, who's my third? Where I'm just stamped. I don't know. I have to think about
It's
that.
like, yeah.
4 pegs, of course. Boom. Sneak that in
Oh
there.
yeah, I mean, listen, we love our partners.
Chris Williams with 4 pegs. Okay, so Steve, I was speaking a tad bit facetiously, but in every joke, there's some truth to it.
Yes. Lieberman always says that. Coach Lieberman always says that the humor is just the truth mask.
I think
Truth with makeup on. I think that's what he says.
I think James Scott is a valuable weapon. Until I have something similar, I'm going to listen. Outside of just trust my coach, he put an awesome roster together. Blah 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 blah. I am in a summer. Everything's a impending danger here. Look, I'm not in fun, positive mode right now. I mean, I am, but I just want to dissect a little bit. Okay. So if you tell me that I get more in our bigs now, our roster bigs, I'll feel a little better. Can you convince me of that?
Yeah.
How am I replacing? Am I gonna go replace James Scott with
You're
another
replacing a
James
specialist
Scott?
with no, I don't have to. I'm replacing a
Okay.
I'm replacing a specialist with 2 all-around bigs.
Convince me. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, well, last year you watched the whole season. Listen, I'm gonna get dirty. I'm gonna just stab them in the back. You ready for this? Are you ready for the? I'm about to just stab. You get your backs ready, boys, because Steve Rummage about to just stab you all in the back.
And don't take it personal.
Yeah,
we've been doing this long before you were here.
Don't take it personal, baby. Look, Steve Rummage about to just boom. All right, listen. Chuck Hepburn didn't get an invite to the combine. Terrence Edwards
say that
didn't
again?
get an invite to Chucky Hepburn or Terrence Edwards got an invite to the combine. Love Rain Smith, he's playing the NBL, which is fantastic. We didn't have a true big man last year at all that could play back to his basket. James Scott could not play back to the basket. Okay.
The closest thing to it was Javon Hadley.
Well, the closest thing to it was 1,000% Javon Hadley. Okay. Casey Pryor is probably the
in a
closest thing
landslide.
to an NBA. Yeah, in a landslide.
Mm-hmm.
Like not close. I mean, to me, it's
There
not,
is nobody
not
else.
remote.
Chucky,
there was nobody else even.
Chucky's number 2,
without question. Without question. I didn't have the closest guy I even had to NBA somewhat ready. Again, Kenai could be, but he was a freshman, so I'm not really counting him. Went out in game 5 in Casey Pryor. I'm starting to look back at next season or last season and say, I got a hell of a coach. I mean, I got a hell of a coach.
I can't.
That team almost won the ACC in season and tournament. They're in the top 10.
Lost both by 1 game.
Yeah, they were in the top 10. That team, talent-wise, looking back, probably should have been somewhere around the bubble. I'll be honest, Marcus. Let me be guilty. I've looked at a few of these top 5 rankings in the past couple weeks, and I was like, I mean, I'm happy, but are we that good? Like, are we that good? You know, like,
Right.
are you sure we're number 4? Like, I mean, I love it, but then I see what they all saw. I'm close to it. So I love these guys. Look, Chucky Hepburn, Terrence Edwards, man, when they come back here to the Center, I will stand up and clap. If they're playing on the TBT someday, I'm going to cheer for them because I can't tell you how much I appreciate what they gave to me this season, right? Never will forget that. But then I look and I go, but if I pulled myself out from 40,000 feet looking down, I'm going, that's not a great team. They're winning at a very high level.
Say team. Say roster. Clean that up. Say roster.
Roster. That's not a overly talented roster, and they're winning at a super high level. So now when I'm looking down and I see them go get Isaac McNeely, Adrian Woolley, go get my guy Conwell, go get my Michael Browns. I say, wow, man, they've got 2. They didn't even have a big last year that could play back to the basket. Now they got 2 big men that can play, that can pass, that can guard, that can catch the ball behind, with their back to the basket. They've got a Case and Pryor that can do it all. That is the perfect 4-man, if you'll allow me to use positions just for the sake of using positions, that can clean up. They've got this guy who was probably their best all-around X factor and Javon Hadley back. They've got Kenai Roos. They're going, if he did that with that, this team's going to be this team win the whole thing. And it's starting to make more sense. While I hate seeing guys, and I'm not celebrating guys not making the combine and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like, I hate that for
them. But
listen,
this is an analytic, mathematical conversation.
Yes, but it does remind you. You wasn't exactly playing with the best roster you've ever had last year and still won at that level and look pretty dominant doing it. I mean, you can talk crap about the ACC, but I mean, there were other rosters that we beat pretty handily.
And again,
the roster looked about as good as ours.
Man, if you could just get that Creighton stink off it. It's like, and what I mean by the Creighton stink, it looked like we didn't have an answer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But outside of that, it's like, man, if we've upgraded that much.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and maybe we didn't, Maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't have an answer for them, Maybe Duke was a good matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And Duke was an elite. I'm using Duke because Duke was an elite talented team,
Gosh,
maybe that second game Duke would have busted us by 30, 25 if they had Cooper Flagg. Who knows?
Red State on the YouTube channel just said Rain Smith said that last year's team would be the worst.
Yeah, it's not shade. It's not. I don't.
No, he was on that team.
Yeah, like every team they had from here on out is going to be better.
I would have never said that. If I was Rain Smith, there's no way I would say, well, this team just now is be the worst team he ever has.
Yeah.
Yes.
We sucked.
That's very self-deprecating, but who moves the needle that much? Do you believe it's Kelsey or the roster that really moved the needle that much?
When last year?
Yeah. No, between last year to this year, who's the one that moved this needle so much?
Well, I mean, shout out B Hall, but I think it's a combination of the two. I think you said, hey, Coach Kelsey did that. Now let me give him some. Sometimes
maybe I don't give the national media enough credit for breaking something down like that and realizing that that's the case.
Same, because sometimes you feel like, I think we all feel
You
like,
usually
no,
need-
I'm
but-
here on the ground floor.
Let me say this, Steve. Let me say this. Whew. I was just going to say, because you went 50-50, and I was going to say, no, because you got to have a big needle mover guy. And then I said, oh, yeah, you got Michael Brown.
Yep.
Even if he's not the most effective on the team, he's still a big needle mover guy.
Yeah.
Just on lottery talent level.
Yep.
What do they have him as in the way too early projections?
Oh, in the draft?
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. I mean, they talked about him going top 10.
What would you do to Michael Brown if he jumped ship, Steve? That might do it, Steve. That might do it. Steve, if I woke up,
you hear that truck out there? You're gonna pay, buddy.
Steve, if I woke up to news that Michael Brown was on his way to play for the Tall Blacks, is that what the team was?
Yeah. Yep. The New Zealand Tall Blacks.
If he went to the New Zealand Tall Blacks, I'd be like, this is not true. I'm going back to bed. And I'm gonna go to sleep until somebody tells me. I would start burning my Louisville clothes. It's just, he can't keep getting away with this.
Yeah, he can't keep getting away.
Oh God.
But yeah, no. I will say though, all jokes aside, I mean, I am serious about the fact of I do think I do, and it goes back to your original question, like convince me with James, and I think James would be a great piece. But think about that. James started every game last year. You said it last night, and I do agree with you. This was off the air. This was just me and you chatting, and you said I could. So I hope you don't mind me just kind of putting this out there. But you said I could see James starting just because. But then you get a good bucket early because you were 100% right. They would draw up a good oop from James early and kind of get something going. But then with the roster, how do you go to James Scott, who's played started 30-some games, and say, dude, your minutes are going to take a step back, dude? I think Javon was okay with it. I think Javon's minutes are going to take a step back. I think Javon is like, I'm 20-some years old. I'm looking at being a realtor. He's already said that.
I want to be a winner.
I'm good right here. He just posted, he's out on a yacht right now with some of the hottest women I've ever seen in my life. And Javon's like, I'm good. I'll play another year right here in Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Like this, we good. But anyways, yeah. So Coach Lieberman is here. So if you want, we'll go ahead. We'll hit that top of the hour break.
Okay, Nikki, give us the top of the hour.
Unless you got a shout out you want to give or anything.
Not necessarily. I'll tell you what. I will push it back to the second hour so we can keep it rolling, keep on schedule. Coach Lieberman up next.
Coach, yeah,
rolling along. 93.9 DeVille.
Hey, it's Steve Rummage here. You've probably heard all about the new regulations that have hit the real estate market, making the process more complex than ever. And if you're not working with the right real estate agent professional, you could find yourself out of bounds fast. That's why it's more important than ever to work with someone who has proven their expertise. Like my good friend Josh Jarbo. Josh was recently inducted into the RE/MAX Hall of Fame and named one of Louisville's 40 under 40. This guy knows the game inside and out. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are the seasoned pros you want on your side. They know how to navigate the market, make the right calls, and get you the best deal every time. So don't let a cut rate agent make a rookie mistake and fumble your financial future. Whether you're buying, selling, or just need some mortgage advice, these are the folks you want in your corner. So here's the play. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, or check him out online at joshjarbo.remaxempireky.com. And here's a special offer just for you guys. Mention you heard it right here on 93.9 The Bill, and you're going to receive up to a $5,000 seller's credit. I'll leave you with this. Top-notch service might seem expensive, but poor service can cost you a fortune. Don't settle for less than the best.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker owner of RE/MAX Empire and co-founder of Modern Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Modern Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
What's wrong? I caught my wife in a lie. That's bad.
We're fishing, right?
Yeah.
She catches a catfish, 4-pounder, claims it was a 7, snaps a picture, sends it to all her friends.
And they bought it?
Yeah, people believe her.
You taught her well.
Indeed, I did.
Your Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife reminds you, fishing's not about math. It's about fun.
And fudging a little if you need to.
Kentucky fishing. Be honest.
It'll make a liar out of you.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 18 plus only. Must be physically located in Kentucky. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. T&Cs apply.
First Choice Insulation. You can find them at 502 Insulation. They do an amazing job of just doing their evaluation, and that's the part that I know about. I'm getting my crawl space and attics all re-insulated. 502insulation.com, First Choice Insulation. It's a great business, and I'm really excited to be able to tell you all about the results of my electric bill as they go along. So if you're in the need for spray foam, blown in, or fiberglass insulation, they do a really, really great job over there at First Choice Insulation. 502insulation.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Looking for everything a sports bar has without the sports bar feel? Come to 1020 Craft Brewery. Great food, great fun, and a relaxing atmosphere where you can kick back and enjoy a cold one. Try our 1020 light beer, smooth, refreshing, and perfect for any occasion. Pro soccer is in full swing, and our Butchertown location is just steps away from Lynn Family Stadium. We're the perfect spot for every Lou City home game. Grab your crew and pregame at 1020 Brewery for every home match. Check out our Clarksville location as well. 1020 Brewery. Great beer, great food, great vibes. Come visit us.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial pound law on your cell phone. That's pound 529, offices Louisville.
Dead air, dead air, dead air. Dead air, dead air, dead air. Dead air, dead air, dead air. Emergency, dead air. Nikki V. Dead air. Dead air. Hello, dead air. What are y'all doing? I don't know what that is reflecting in his glasses. Dead air.
Hey, Card fans, attorney Sam Aguiar here, proud partner of U of L Athletics and ESPN Radio Louisville. Car wrecks can be a nightmare, and insurance companies are just going to make it worse. But when you're part of our team, we take care of those hassles so you can focus on getting better. We've helped thousands of Card fans get life-changing results on their claims, and it would be an honor to work for you too. So if you've been hurting a car, give us a call at 502-888-8888 or check us out online at demandsam.com. And go Cards!
She used to guard the goal on the soccer field. Now she's protecting smiles in the dental chair. Dr. Reagan Ackerman, a former Division I goalie, brings that same focus and determination to Freedom Mini Dental Implants. Using innovative dental implants, she's helping patients win back their confidence with less pain, less cost, and less healing time. From single tooth replacements to implant-supported dentures, Dr. Ackerman makes every smile a victory. Schedule your free consultation at freedomimplants.com. Freedom Mini Dental Implants. Get the freedom to smile.
The official broadcast partner
I don't know what
of
that
all
is.
U of L
I don't know what that
athletics,
is.
WLCL Sellersburg is
Maybe I should start from
93.9 The Ville. Powered by Sam
I'm
Aguiar
back.
Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car? Call Sam Aguiar.
Gotta be real quick. Go. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Middays with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. Before we get to our special guest co-host / coach host, I'd like to take a second to give a huge shout out and special thanks to one of the newest members of the team. That would be One Kentuckiana Pump Sales, for every home, building, business, or municipality that all rely on the movement these pumps provide. The moment you need a water or sewage pump, you should be thinking Kentuckiana Pump Sales. They're like our first responders or essential personnel. Over 36 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price, and it's right over in Jeffersonville, Indiana. People, go see Harold or go see Mark. They'll find out exactly what you need. Utility, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage, anything you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, of course. Or you can give them a call, 812-725-9217, or simply visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
Well done, Nick. Well done. Yeah, in the studio with me now, Marcus. Joining us, we have Coach Mark Lieberman of the TBT. How about that? This is nice. This is good.
Great. I wish I could see Marcus, but Marcus, all the best.
He looks the same.
Yeah, look exactly right.
Yeah, he's actually been working out a little bit. He said so.
Not trying to. Yeah,
jacking up a little bit, little shoulders.
Coach.
Well, Marcus always compliments me on my conditioning, so I'm remiss that he doesn't get to do that today. But anyway, we can move on.
That's a good point.
Go ahead,
you missed out on your general compliments. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I compliment him. I do.
Okay.
The ego.
I'm like, but I do it just as like brown nosing. Like, like mine is more like,
So I might refrain from yelling at you later on in the practice.
Yeah. That just if something happens, I'm like, oh man, you remember you look nice,
Coach, listen, always great to have you in here. Really, really happy to hear you participating with the coaching of the TBT. So let's start there. you're spinning the block, so to speak. What went into the decision?
Well, when it came down and Luke spoke to me and was just like, look, I want you to be a part of it again, and just helping me in every facet. So the role of coach, especially with the TBT, it carries a lot of hats, because there's just so much that goes into it, and just getting organized, and it's like nothing else. But that first year when we got it off the ground and we made it happen, because there were so many unknowns, you know that, Marcus. Who knew how it was going to play out, with the fans, how it was going to play out with attendance, with what the product was going to look like, because I fretted about that all the time. And then it just was the perfect storm. It worked out great. And last year was just so many obligations. And then this year, with Luke being the head coach, which, by the way, and just talking with him, and we've gone over some basketball stuff as well, as we're getting into all the ancillary stuff. But from a basketball standpoint, I'm just telling you, he's going to do great.
He's all in too, man.
Yeah. And we've talked philosophy, Marcus. We've talked just strategy, some ideas that he brings to the table. I'm going to bring to the table some thoughts. And obviously having coached him and his trust in me. And yeah, it's a lot. But I think he's going to do a fantastic job. He's got a great presence, and that's the biggest thing. And you know that with any coach, he's going to have a presence, and I just think he's going to do fantastic.
Well, since you mentioned presence, are you going to be able to contain yourself? You are known as one of the more higher energy style coaches. Do you worry that you're not going to? I mean, I know you've coached under some other higher energy coaches. Do you worry you might get too excited in the middle of it and just go crazy?
Oh, that's absolutely happening. There's no chance of me not being
Thank you for the honesty.
Just all over the place and being told to sit down by probably Luke at some time and referees and whatnot. But that's the way I am. Just my passion for it, and just it's almost like whatever you can do to transfer that to the players and to what's happening on the floor. But yeah, that's a part of it. And a lot of the times, even in practices, that's my thing, and just being able to enjoy it. But then on the floor as well. So whatever I can do to just raise the bar for our guys, yeah, you're gonna see the usual Mark Lieberman.
I'm excited to see too, Marcus, even from just because I'm gonna go to the practices and all that stuff just to be there. But I'm excited to see you even with that level. I mean, you're talking pros, like it's so different. I mean, high school is one thing, and you're incredible at that. And I'm excited about things that we'll have in the works with that and all that as time goes on. But to watch you with pros and to watch those guys working and just to see how that dynamic is different is going to be fun, man. And I mean, I know it's something you enjoy too, right?
Yeah, coach. Elaborate on that. Elaborate on what Steve is saying. Kind of the changing your philosophy in managing high school egos, college egos, pro egos, kind of compare and contrast.
So I remember when I first got to Louisville, my first maybe month on the job, and Naz Muhammad came in and wanted to do a workout. And so, and I had done Nike camps with some of the pro guys, but I was kind of like just helping out. And I had done some other events with pro and college guys before. And this was coming straight from Monsignor Pace High School. And then Naz was like, hey, can you work me out? And of course, so get on the floor, and I'm kind of like treating him almost with kid gloves and that kind of stuff. And he kind of stops me kind of halfway through, and he's like, you can get on me.
Yeah,
you can push me.
Yeah.
And exactly. And then I was just like, okay, here we go. And it was just like, not good enough. Another rep. And then that helped me so much, Marcus, then because I would do evening workouts.
Helps you with confidence
it really does, because basketball is basketball. And no matter what, players have BS antennas and they want to be coached. They want this. I've seen it. And now since then, having spent a lot of time with professional players and then obviously with college players, no matter what, they want to be pushed. They want to get better. And if you can help them do that, and you can be in whatever your personality is, you can't fake it. So I'm an intense guy when it comes to that. So that's always been the way I've done it. And all of a sudden, those evening workouts grew. We would have all the guys come in, and Preston Knowles and Terrence Jennings, and then Kyle Kuric and Peyton and second year Luke. And I would just love that. I'd love to do that in the sweat equity of working with those guys and pushing them. And I'm very engaged when I'm doing it. So for me, that's a blast. And so that's why some of these guys are getting back in town. I'm excited to work with them as well.
Give me some day-to-day rewards in coaching for you, and give me some of the kind of the big picture rewards, because it's like, we don't do anything necessary for charity, but just some things that, listen, of course you wouldn't do it for free, and everybody should know you wouldn't do it for free, but in a secret, room at night, you say, I do this for free. So give me just some kind of the non-monetary rewards you get, like on a day-to-day basis versus, kind of big picture rewards.
Sure. And the day-to-day is just you want better players, not better plays. So like, it's always about, for me, understanding the game and the whys and the skill development. So when I get in there, man, it's like a puzzle. And when this first started for me, and this is years ago, it just fit. So like the puzzle piece was just like, this is right. And the confidence, and then being able to just grow in that aspect. And I'm a sponge. I like to just pick up. I'm curious all the time, asking coaches and questions. And what really helped me is getting to go to the Nike All-American camp and then the Adidas events. And when I was coaching at Monsignor Pace High School, I got to travel for Nike. I went to China for the All-Asian camp. I spent time with Paul Pierce. I spent time with Dwayne Wade. You'd ask these guys questions. So for me, like the day-to-day, I think talking to those guys, they always want to get in the gym and they always want to get better. And so for me, I've always taken that to heart. And so every day I spend so much time. It's not just running over plays. It's not doing this. It's almost too. And my personality will come out as well. I think Steve might disagree, but I think I'm somewhat funny. So I like to interject some of that with it as well.
There's a feeling in the room that you better laugh. So I'm
intimidatingly funny.
Yeah.
It's like anything else, Marcus. You got to find your voice and how you can relay that to the players and get them engaged. And I've always felt I've had that ability to get guys to really want to go hard. And the biggest thing is you're not going to sit back and say, well, that's not, you're going to make them go harder and say that, nope, we've got to really, and I try to make it as competitive as possible. And whether it's against somebody else, whether it's against themselves, I really think as you're doing reps, I like to do, at some point we're doing dribble moves, or we're making a rip.
Are you a reps guy, or are you a simulate the game guy? You know how it's like, 100 reps versus 50 high intensity reps. Which one do you really push the most?
Yeah, and I always say, don't play the drill, play the game. So that's one of my phrases. I just don't want them to go through something that's not game speed. So it's always, don't play the drill, play the game. And so if it's making 5 game-like shots but not hitting the rim, or there's different facets to it where there's chasing perfection, which you're probably not going to get to, but the players love that, and from footwork and whatnot. So for me, it's always chasing that perfection and making it as game-like. And that's a great question, Marcus, because a lot of guys just do reps after reps after reps, and you can't get bored doing things right. So for me, it's like, it's got to be as close to perfection, because that's game-like. Well, you're not going to be able to make that move in the game. So if we're not going to make that move in the game, why are we going to work on it? So I'm not the biggest guy and with always cones and different little things like that. I want to make it as game-like as possible. And I like to, whether it's resistance, I like to grab them or push a player as they're like trying to, and I'm talking about physically, like bump them and make sure there's a pad. So everything's going to be what's going to happen in the game.
Okay. Well, I need you to tap into your brain. I know this is a kind of tough question. It's one of those, it could be anybody. Give me a guy you've worked out with a professional mindset that if you could stick that mindset into your, the kids you coach in high school, the kids you work out with, like, do you remember a particular competitive brain that you just said, I wish I could coach 12 of you on my high school team? Is there anybody that kind of pops in your head?
And this is not just because we're talking TBT and whatnot, but honestly, Luke Hancock, even as that first year,
you've said this in practice
and
with nobody around. So I agree. I know this is true.
He's just a guy that is as competitive as you want. So when you don't have to fire him up or start his engine, when someone like him who comes in the gym, this is the first year he wanted to be a player coach and he wasn't in the shape he needed to be. And so I had him working out with some high school players because I thought that was going to be great too. And they could see the frustration. If he was, you talk about someone who chased perfection. That's why it was always fun.
Was his body not cooperating like he liked?
His body was not even close to cooperating.
Right.
And I was making him and there was a method to that madness. I was making him do stuff that was going to be, I knew it was going to be tough for him, even from a conditioning standpoint. Something I'd like to do is called running the W, which is you're just sprinting to half court, coming back and making 7 shots from different spots. But some are going to be rip through, some are going to be where you're going to shot fake. And then big thing for me is shoulders to hips, grabbing ankles to play the game low to high. And then he was just getting tired, and you could just see the anger building up with him. And what I loved about him, he'd get angry at me too. And I love that because he would never stop competing. Afterward, we're family, we're best friends, but on the court, he wants that. And I've always found the great ones just want to be pushed. They don't want to just get drills. Kobe Bryant came to the Nike camp when I was coaching, and he did a workout, and he says, I don't work out. He goes, I black out. Because I want to get to the point where I just can't even, I am so exhausted, but I can't even remember some of the things I'm doing because I'm going so hard. And those are little things, over the years, you pick up just little things that will help you is to inspire these guys. But Luke was one of those, but I could go through a litany of just guys who just work that hard.
Had the brain, yeah.
And that's the problem, right? And almost at times, Marcus, you know this, you want to show the high school players how hard these guys work, because man, there's guys who just who have all the talent and then just don't understand what it takes to work.
It's
let me ask you.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, Marcus.
Last night I was watching or either last night before last, watching the Warriors and watching Steph Curry, even in his warm-ups before the game warm-ups, listening to Chuck and those guys say, I'd be dead tired, and it's like, you want to show a Steph Curry workout and just say, shut up, don't talk about, don't talk to me about you want to be a pro unless you can just run like him. You don't have to shoot like him. When you're able to run full court like him and just stop at the cones, then you'll be ready to say, okay, I really want to do this. It's like, it was insane. But go ahead, Steve.
Well, I was just going to ask Coach, just even getting back into the TBT part of it. You did it the first year, and it was incredible. Now, how excited are you? Because I know there's a piece of you, like, you love this area for one. Like and I know you love being here, and I know you're excited about being back in front of the crowd and stuff. I'm sure. I'm just assuming, with that. But how excited are you for that aspect of it too? To kind of, because you weren't involved last year. There was good reason for that.
Steve Hill got the pressure on him.
Yeah. I know.
He set Luke up.
Hey, so yeah, I'm like, yeah, I know. Look, I know. I'm not gonna be like, yeah. So last time when you called the play and it didn't work, and whatever. I'm not asking that, but no,
it worked.
It worked. I know. I didn't throw the player under the bus the other day, but I did tell that story. No, but to be back involved with the TBT now and getting to do this again, and even and you don't have to get into it today, but even letting people kind of learn about you again and learn your story and learn why, because I get this all the time. People are like, Coach is such a good coach. And I'm going to be honest. People ask me, they're like, why is he here? Like, why is he not doing something? Why is he not getting? And I tell people, I'm like, and I hope I'm not overstepping here, but I tell people all the time, like, he's turned down 3 college jobs in the past 2 months, I'm like, because I know that, but people don't know that. And like I said, you don't have to get into the whole story today or whatever, but I know you'll have a platform to do that. But I mean, how excited are you just to kind of get back involved and kind of just remind people, just of like who you are?
It's also cathartic for me too, to do it, because I'm just so passionate. It's part of my fabric. So me coaching and just being involved and helping guys get better with any aspect, that's a huge part of it. So, and yeah, look, I just, it's fun to be out there, but I've always been a grinder. I've always been a guy that's just was like self-made. I wasn't a superstar like Mr. Maben, and I was one of those guys who was great. I remember my first question when I came to Louisville talked about my playing career, and I told them I was all-world intramural player at University of Florida when I went there. So for me, it was just always a sponge to learn the game and be a part of it. And I was, and that's a huge, I don't want to say motivation, but like just, you know, I always felt slighted and I always wanted to have to work. And I worked every camp
gotta have a
imagine
chip.
from 5-star and all that kind of stuff. So like for me, and that's how, and Monsignor Pace High School, I mean, to build that thing into what it became, where, you know, we won more games than any school in the history of Florida over a 10-year span and 5 state championships, and then getting to coach the McDonald's All-American game because of the players we had. And then Rick Pitino starts recruiting my player and comes to practice and offers me a job. So all those things were great. And then the end game, just coming here, and, you know, for people who don't look, I you know, I have an 11-year-old daughter here, and so I want to be a part of her life. People, you know, there's been people know, but not everybody knows. Look, I lost a child when I was coaching at FIU with Richard Pitino. My son passed away from SIDS. So for me, you know, that you wrestle with it. I've left twice, and every time I leave, I fret about everything with her, whether she's has a toothache or you know, she just you know, she got pissed at me the other day because I left one of her softball games early, Marcus. So like, that's the beauty of it.
She will let you know.
Yes, and he knows.
Listen, I got to give you a quick curveball. Speaking of pissed, who did you piss off on your Star Wars take? Because somebody on the YouTube channel is never going to give you a chance to flourish as a coach until you redact your a Star Wars 7 to 9 take. And I don't know what it is, but somebody is highly upset about it.
How could they be like 7 through 9? I mean, that, goodness gracious. I mean, look, Rise of Skywalker is like, it's awful. You know, I can live with the prequels. And look, I'll tell you right now, I'm watching Andor, and that is just so good. But like, look, I'm not going to just sugarcoat the fact that, as big a Star Wars fan as I am, that I'm just not going to say I'll give a pass for those movies. I think you could lock me in the room and I would probably wrote better scripts than those last 3.
My apologies.
So
Listen,
whoever that person is out there, look, we can sit down, we can have a discussion.
Listen, reverse it. I had it wrong. I've never had more respect for him than when I heard his opinions on Star Wars 7 and 9. It says you had it opposite. I agree with Lieberman.
Oh, okay.
Also,
So they
I
were
love
praising
Andor, and somebody else corrected me. He was praising him fine. Okay. Sorry about that. Look, it just caught my attention, and I was just like, whoa, what's going on up here? Okay, fantastic. So one more time.
Marcus, before you go to that, I just want your comment about Steph Curry, which was so spot on, because again, going to Under Armour camp in Charlotte, and I guess that was 2016, and Steph was there working out, and you could just see that everybody wants to be great, everybody wants to go to heaven, no one's willing to die, which means they're not willing to work the conditioning that he does. And you talking on that, everybody wants to play fast, right? In this game of sprinting the floor, getting threes, but no one understands what it takes to be in that kind of condition, in that kind of shape, and that's the respect also for Coach Pitino, like getting guys in absolute peak condition, because to play that way, and you know this, like Steph Curry at 180 pounds to run off every screen, even watching the game last night, getting bumped on everything, understand how to get redirected, and to still be able to create space and physically get through that, and the conditioning to do that throughout the year is just, it's
insane. It's an insane. You have to have an insane level of drive. But again, I will say this. You don't know it unless you see it. You won't see it unless somebody shows it to you. Everybody sees the shooting. They don't see the running. And it's like I said, if you can start your kids off with the conditioning, it is first, it's your body, then it's your mind, then it's the sport, you know, like if you really want to be at that, you know. So yeah, every time I hear a young person, you know, even peep the word pro, I'm just like, have you seen them run? Do you know what they do when they're not on television?
Let me get selfish for a minute. Let's do this. All this coaching stuff is great. How you feeling about the roster?
It's a great question, because this is unlike anything else. It's not like in any recruiting aspect where, okay, we got this guy in, Yeah, it's a portal times 100 because there's so many moving parts. And I will tell you this: every name that everybody's been talking about. I've been listening to your show, everybody's show, every name that's being thrown out there, they're in play. Everybody's in play right now.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of fine tuning, whether just getting it right with timing and with their agents and all that type of stuff.
Listen, gentlemen, I think I'm gonna get a knock at the door. You're gonna have to excuse me really quick. I'm gonna have to mute this.
You're good.
Yeah, they're gonna get me together real quick. I'll be right back on. You can cut to the commercial break. Great having you on, Coach. I'm looking forward to talking to you and seeing you and complimenting you soon.
Appreciate it, Marcus. Thank you so much.
For sure. I guess Steve, you can
No. He's off for a second. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
But just back to it though. So yeah, because I mean, everybody, I get questions about names right now. They did say, we do have Montrezl Harrell, Russ Smith, and I guess we'll get another name today.
Yeah, we have that press conference today,
right?
and ticket sales have been fantastic.
TBTHoops.com. By the way, TBTHoops.com. Get over there, get those tickets right now.
We sold 1,200 tickets in the first hour.
I believe at last check, we are in a good shape for definitely keeping the regional here.
Mm-hmm.
So we still, obviously, a place like Syracuse, some of those places, they have football stadiums that they're looking to use and all that. So we do need as many people as possible to go buy tickets. And again, like I said, I think today at the press conference, you'll get some more news. You'll get some, but I know, and the difference is, and then we'll get ready and get out of here because I know you got some important things to do before the press conference. But, I mentioned it the other day, and just the first time you did it in year one, it was incredible. And it set the tone.
It was needed too.
Now,
it was needed.
And appreciative to everybody who funded that at the time. But you have so much more to work with now that it's like, I guess that's kind of the difference for me is watching it and how much more you guys can do now.
Yeah, we have grandiose plans for everything and what we want to do with fan involvement and everything that we want to do. Look, it's great. Coach Kelsey's going to be involved. We got some surprise stuff coming up with him as well with Louisville basketball. So like that first year, it was it was a relief for people almost to feel good about Louisville basketball.
Right.
And because it was in such a poor shape, but now this is almost like it's great. And I think Nick even mentioned it. Like this is now another little nugget to look forward to the summer.
Yeah.
With
it's on
this.
the calendar, man.
And so this is all part of it. And we want to be intertwined with Louisville basketball. And it's great that they're doing so well. So everything that we're planning is fantastic. But from the player standpoint, as you mentioned, look, everybody, like I said, everybody's in play. We're working feverishly to get everybody.
How can we help? How can we help you recruit?
That's a great question. I think what you guys are doing, I might let you know off the air who I need you to make calls to Marcus. But honestly, look, it's just getting these guys to understand how big it is, and this from networking to like what Russ has done with his bourbon, and that's just taken off, especially with the TBT, because that's part of it. However, ways that we can help these guys. These guys are like family men now. They got their fathers and whatnot. So like to help these guys and to get their brand back in the city in any capacity, I think that's a huge part of it too. So that's a selling point for these guys because a lot of these guys want to be part of it. So whatever we can do, I'll definitely keep you in the loop and keep you involved because we want to have. We are getting a little bit long in the tooth with some of the veteran guys that we've had. So it certainly is a point to get younger and almost the new Avengers.
It's a smart fan base too.
Right.
And like the whole fan base last year kind of was like, it was funny, the awkwardness after that tournament last year because people were almost like, I don't want to say it.
Yep.
But like, I think we're too old.
And we looked around. We looked around. We watched the other games. You watched the championship. You're saying, okay, there, it's some other people that are coming for this money and they're playing like they want this money. And it went from being kind of a fraternity, your college fraternity versus mine to, it started off almost like as an alumni teams versus teams. But now it's like, no, they're putting teams together, professional teams to win a professional prize. So Coach, good luck with it. Hey, Coach, you always have an open invitation. If you want to just jump on 30 minutes. Sometimes I know the radio is therapy to get some good sports talk off your brain. Listen, you're more than welcome anytime. The door is always open.
That means a lot. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll take our last commercial break. Appreciate Coach Lieberman for joining us. 93.9 The Ville.
I was married very young and I had children, and I only made it to the 4th grade. And with my GED, I have a very successful career with the state of Kentucky. I have never felt better about myself now that I have my GED. And through adult education, you can reimagine your story.
Earn your GED diploma for free. Visit kyae.ky.gov to find adult education services near you.
If you're a true sports fan, you're always searching for that home field advantage. And speaking of homes, I have the perfect realtor that can meet all of your needs. The name you should know, Derek A. Stewart. Derek A. Stewart brings experience and expertise to all of your home buying and selling needs. Derek is also familiar with any and every type of property and location you could be interested in. And the best part is, your home field advantage is only a telephone call away. So do yourself a favor and call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
Hey, this is Bob Valvano. Winter's winding down. Spring is just around the corner, and that means it's time to get your HVAC system ready for the warmer months ahead. Ken J. Biener HVAC, your trusted American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, is offering a $95 air conditioning tune-up special. I use Ken J. Biener & Son for my HVAC services, and you should too. Call Ken J. Biener & Son HVAC today at 584-9960 and schedule your spring AC tune-up. That's BUEHNER, Ken J. Biener & Son, an American Standard heating and air conditioning deal.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left? I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped. Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
This is Keith Bosch with Rates Fence Company, Louisville's premier fence installation and access control company. At Rates Fence, we offer a wide variety of fencing options and styles in stock and ready to install. From various styles of wood fences to aluminum, vinyl, chain link, and high security fencing solutions. Interested in automatic gate systems? We have that too. Visit us online at ratesfence.com to see everything we have to offer. That's RAATZ fence.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Hey, Cards fans, do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com, and be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
At the absolute worst, it was a little white lie. A little white lie. After all, when it hit the line, it felt like a 15-pounder. It doesn't matter what the scale says. So it might be an ever so slight deviation from the truth.
Sometimes in fishing, the truth is hard to catch.
Maybe just a stretch.
But the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife reminds you, fishing isn't about math. It's about fun.
and fudging a little if you need to.
Kentucky Fishing.
It'll make a liar out of you.
This is Noah Ellison with Retirement Planning Solutions, your locally owned independent financial advisory firm. At Retirement Planning Solutions, we strive to help you not only maximize your income, but also minimize your tax burden. It's not just about saving on taxes this year, it's about reducing your lifetime tax bill. Remember, not all money is taxed the same. It's not what you earn, it's what you keep. Our tailored strategies help you prepare for today and the future. To learn more about Retirement Planning Solutions, call our office at 502-499-5668 or visit us online at retirementplanningsolutions.com to schedule your complimentary consultation.
Retirement Planning Solutions, LLC is an SEC registered investment advisor. SEC registration does not constitute an endorsement of Retirement Planning Solutions, LLC by the SEC, nor does it indicate that Retirement Planning Solutions, LLC has attained a particular level of skill or ability. Retirement Planning Solutions, LLC is not a legal or accounting firm. Please consult with your legal or tax professional regarding your specific tax situation when determining if any of the mentioned strategies are right for you. Securities offered through Silver Oak Securities Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Retirement Planning Solutions and Silver Oak Securities are not affiliated.
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Louisville. Are you looking to increase your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Have we got the event for you? Join LifeCert Saturday, June 21st at Freedom Hall for a one-day experience that will inspire and equip you to multiply your resources for kingdom impact. Be empowered by world-renowned speakers like two-time national football champion Tim Tebow, best-selling author and coach John C. Maxwell, world's #1 motivational speaker Nick Vujicic, star of Duck Dynasty Willie Robertson, pastor and author Craig Groeschel, president of Proverbs 31 Ministries Lisa Turkhurst, powerhouse entrepreneur Ed Milet, worship by Natalie Grant, and more. Seats are selling fast for this unforgettable event. Don't miss your chance to grow spiritually, financially, and personally in this powerful one-day experience. Go to lifesearch.com now and secure your tickets before they're gone. LifeSearch, Saturday, June 21st at Freedom Hall. Don't wait. Your adventure starts here. Visit lifesurge.com today.
To everyone who believes big flavor makes life better, we've got something special waiting for you at Culver.
That's right. We're bringing back a flavor-packed fan favorite that's sure to put a smile on your face. The Colby Jack Pub Burger is here with a crave-worthy combo of fresh beef, Wisconsin Colby Jack cheese, crispy onions, and zesty A1 pepper mayo, all stacked on an everything bun. And we're not stopping there. We're also introducing something totally new. Concrete mixers and lemon ice coolers made with fruity Skittles Pop. This limited time Skittles Pop mix-in can be blended into our creamy, fresh frozen custard or slow frozen lemonade for a colorful crunch that makes every moment a little sweeter. So how soon can you get here? Because these bold bites won't be around forever. And trust us, you don't want to miss them.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com. Oh.
Your derby winnings. All of your before you celebrate, before you have a ball, before you blow it all, just remember, people, that your home is your fortress. And your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated. Will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course, they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you. by calling 502-219-7964 today. Steve, just Dan wanted you to know he met you in the Vegas airport on the way home from WrestleMania.
That's right.
He said, appreciate you taking time to shoot the breeze. Big fan of the show.
Yes.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, man, we did. Yeah, man. I remember exactly the conversation we had. We were chatting it up there about to fly home. So yeah, it was always fun.
Okay.
By the way, really quick, Louisville has it says Louisville reached out to Miami transfer Paul Jobit, 6'7" guard, average 5 and 2 a game. He's a native of France. So not that I'm not necessarily taking that as like the super news, but it's clear they're looking. You know, it is. You know, our joke at the beginning of the show was like, "Oh man, 3 scholarships, got to get it done." You know, but just to kind of calm people, it is clear they are looking at some additions.
They're not just saying we're good. How do you spell his name for the people?
Yeah. If you didn't believe that, which I think we already did.
How do you spell his name?
DJOBET.
That's Jobet, Steve.
Jobet.
I mean, you didn't know that?
No.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, of course. You know I was going straight to punching it in so I can hear the little music.
Yeah.
Okay. So looking, when you see him, do you say, okay, is that anything in particular where he's looking for, or is it fit?
No, I think it's fit. I mean, I think it's fit. Obviously, he's looking for somebody, 6'5", 6'6" ish, and kind of in that scoring vein, or just kind of more of a guard, like another backup guard, do it all, kind of thing. So, which I'm not mad at.
If nothing else, man, he wants guys that can get to the basket. My God.
Yep. 100%.
Is that from what he learned this year, or is that, is that a scar from this year, or has that kind of
100%? Yeah. No, it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
I'm listening.
Even as a fan, do you know how frustrating it was to watch games this year and be like, nobody can just go get an easy basket, or even
get in the lane.
Can be get in the lane, right? Can be get in the lane and get fouled. Anything, nothing. I mean, Terrence Edwards could work, and then finally get a solid shot, But I'm talking about somebody that can be like, dude, man, make a move, go get a step off one step, can get around a guy and get to the basket, man. And it's not always going to work, but at least it would, something. So, yeah, it's clear that they are prioritizing that without question. Do you want to get Jay real quick? We got Jay waiting on the line.
Okay, absolutely. Jay, fire away, my
Jay,
man.
Welcome in.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
What's up, bud?
Yeah, but y'all kind of answered my question, almost like everybody's question, as far as like, are we recruiting anybody with those 3 scholarships? I think that's the primary thing. Like, a lot of the fan base is looking at, I'm looking on Tipton's edits like every day, almost looking like, are we in on somebody? I just think that, we just don't let. I mean, and we got 9-10 players that can go, but it's just I just don't want it to be a case where.
Jay, let me ask you something real quick. I didn't mean to cut you off. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
With the early, the filling out most of the roster early on, would you is it just the fan in you that will want to know the noise? Or, because here's the thing, if you find out everybody he's in on and then you saw them going to other places, would that lower your morale? If let's just say you found out 10 people they reached out to, and over the next 3 days, all those 10 people committed somewhere else, would that bother you?
No, it wouldn't. I would just be looking the same way, like, oh, okay. Just the same as I looked yesterday and seen, even though, he went to Kentucky, but I still was looking even at, Perry, and the only reason the hate for Kentucky, I just would have liked to seen him hit, a lot of threes and, just all type of stuff, Kentucky related. But I wasn't, overly, that much wanting him, like that. No way. It was just one of them things where I kind of just want to know what type of player that they're going at. Like, are these bigs? Are these guards? Are these, small forwards? Are, like kind of like a gauge where it's showing, okay, it looks like they're recruiting all guards, just at least to know what they're actually going for, or are they just going for the best available? But just kind of seeing. But I get it too, I would keep it low myself. I mean, the way college basketball is just so shysty, and coaches are, other coaches are cutthroat, same way. They'll do whatever. So I get it. I just hope that he's in with some people and that he is going to use, at least, one or two of them scholarships that's left, just not to leave like, the three, on the table.
Jay, I appreciate that call. Listen, hang up that phone, please. So, Steve.
Yeah.
You ever just have like, okay, you ever see, okay, I know you have those moments where charity just kind of just takes accountability, right?
Yeah.
And it, look, doesn't happen often.
Right.
And I'm just assuming that, and that is my gender bias, I guess. But when an opposite gender like takes accountability, it's like the world is healing in my eyes, right?
Yes.
Okay, is that fair? Like, those are like good feelings. You know how you see things and you're like, okay, when somebody who has a good limp takes the time to return their shopping cart, you get reminded of the great things about life and people. Especially if you had a crappy day of watching people with attitude all day or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Bet you're wondering where I'm going with this. That call from Jay was like, Marcus, I'm glad you kept your mouth shut. Jay, that was the best elaboration to me, because I was getting ready to call you a liar to your face through this phone. When I was making the point, Jay, you don't want to know who they're going after because you don't want to be disappointed every time you hear he missed out on somebody. And Jay said, well, no, Marcus, I understand exactly what he's doing. I just want to know the kind of people he's going after. And I'm going to keep my eye on the type of player and what he does. But I understand if he, I'd actually like to keep it quiet too if I was coach. That was a great Louisville smart fan base response, Steve. Because you understand why I was going to call him a liar, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was going to say, Jay, you're lying. Nobody in this fan base is mature enough to not feel like we missed out on a guy every time we hear about us reaching out for a guy. We're not that mature.
We're not.
We're normally not. But that call right there, that man shut me up. And that felt like all is right with the world. Like that gives you something to feel good about in life. Yes. Just good. We are in great shape. This is going to be a great summer. Being that, after Derby, that really officially starts summer radio. And if you're going to start my summer radio with that call, explanation, justification, in-depth, reasonable thing, I'm going to have fun with the debating. I'm going to have fun with the back and forth. And just like, it's like one of those, I know the listeners are going to be able to handle all of our best case scenarios, worst case scenarios, hypotheticals, all the stuff we do during the summer. That's just awesome. That's a great feeling. You want to give a shout out, Steve, before we get out of here?
Yeah, I mean, speaking of feeling great, man, give a shout out to my guys over at Tri-State Men's Health, man. Get over there, check them out. Listen, you go to tristatemenshealth.com, take their low T quiz. It's about 10 questions, take about 2 minutes, yes or no answers. Very, very simple. get over there, and one of their great locations here in Louisville, Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati, or Columbus. Here's the thing. You're going to go in. It's going to be a very quick appointment. They're going to take your blood. You're going to be in there. You're going to learn some things that you did not know about yourself. And if you sign up for testosterone that day, and I promise you will not regret doing that, you'll be